Hi, I'm Lawrence at Design 911 and today I'm going to be giving you a tech talk on air filters. In this video, I'm going to be discussing why your car has an air filter, where you'll be able to find your air filter in your car, how you'll know when your air filter needs replacing, and what are your options when your air filter does need replacing. Rolling back to the start, why does a car have an air filter? For an engine to run, it needs to combust fuel. A key component of combustion is oxygen. How does your car get oxygen for combustion? It's through the air. So every single engine has an air intake. It's really important that this air is clean. If the air isn't clean, then you can get debris in your engine, which can cause far more damage than good. It can lead to damaged valves, damaged bores, just really, really expensive engine work. So to make sure that the engine is clean, it's clear of impurities, debris, bugs, grit, sand, you name it, all cars use air filters. Typically, cars use paper air filters, like this one in front of me and this one here. Where would you find a paper air filter in your car? A paper air filter is found at the start of the air intake tract or air inlet system. For some cars, this is at the front of the car. On a Porsche, like a 911, it's towards the rear of the car over the top of the engine. Depending on your model of Porsche, the shape and size of your air filter will change. So as I mentioned, you can get flat air filters like this one here. This is another example of a flat air filter, but instead of it being square in design, it's more rectangular. This is called a box type air filter. Again, very different to these flat ones. Here is a conical air filter, and this is a cone air filter. So as you can see, they come in a wide range of shapes and sizes. Now, how do you know if your air filter needs replacing? Typically, an air filter should be replaced every 15,000 miles, but there are some telltale signs that you might need to replace your air filter before this mileage. One of them is your car running really rich. So if your air filter is blocked, then your engine won't be getting as much air as it wants. This changes your air-fuel mixture and it starts making your car run a lot more rich, which you can see by having a smoky exhaust. Another way of telling if your air filter needs replacing is a loss of power. Again, this comes back down to air-fuel mixture. And a final way of telling whether your air filter needs replacing, this is typically more on older cars, is whether your idle is hard to control. So if your air filter does need replacing, what are your options? Well, you can replace your air filter for a like-for-like paper type air filter, like this one here. This is made from wood pulp. It's a paper filter, but it is one use. Once your car reaches that magic number of 15,000 miles, or it just becomes dirty from excessive use in harsh environments, you will have to take this air filter out and replace it with a new one. If you're going to look for a more sustainable option where the air filter isn't one use, there are options. You can go for a cotton gauze air filter, like this one here. This uses a cotton gauze, which is then soaked in oil. The oil then helps attract and retain any dirt that kind of flows through it. In addition to this cotton gauze type, you also have a foam filter. Now, this foam filter and this cotton gauze, these are considered by some manufacturers as upgrades. They claim that it can increase horsepower and performance of your car and maybe even change its sound. Now, there's no real hard evidence on this. If you think there is, we advise you go and do your own research. But the three options to replace your air filter is a paper air filter, which isn't reusable, it's one use, or alternatively, a cotton gauze air filter, which is reusable. To reuse this air filter, what you will need to use is an air filter cleaner, and then once you've cleaned it out, you re-oil it with an air filter oiler. Alternatively, you have this foam type of air filter, which all you would have to do is kind of vacuum out any dirt and grit that's been retained in it. These two types of air filters are regarded as upgrades for a standard type of air intake system. Alternatively, if you want a much greater upgrade for your car, you could opt for something like this. This is an Air Induction Kit. Now, performance elements of this include the fact that the air stays much cooler than the type where the air filter is in a box. Cool air is more dense. If air is more dense, you're getting more oxygen into your engine, so you can get more performance out of it. Another benefit of using an air induction kit like this one is actually, when you look at the surface area of these two cones, it's much greater than the surface area of, say, a single flat air intake. So again, you're getting much more air into your engine, which can increase its performance. If your air filter is in need of replacement, or you're looking to upgrade your air filter to one of these cotton gauze or foam filters, or maybe an induction kit, if you head to design911.co.uk, and the top bar, enter your model and type of Porsche, select Save Vehicle, and then in the left-hand navigation menu, click Service Parts. You'll then be presented with a grid layout of different options. Here you'll then find air filters. If you have any questions about these air filters, maybe you're not sure which air filter is the correct filter for your car, or you're not sure whether you should be going for a paper air filter, a cotton gauze air filter, or a foam air filter, or maybe an air induction kit, then don't hesitate to reach out to the team at Design911. You can either email them, phone them, or use the chat on the website. Thank you for watching.